So originally I wanted to pursue a career in pediatric occupational therapy, and I still do, but I did athletic training as my extended stay just because it was something that was always like in the back of my mind of, oh, what if I wanted to do this? What if this is something that I end up enjoying? My mom is actually an athletic trainer, and I've seen her do it growing up, and it's something that I probably would enjoy, and I thought I would enjoy. It involves all of the things that I enjoy: the human body, working with people, always being active and on your feet. But overall, I just didn't really care for it. It's not something that I genuinely enjoyed. But on the other hand, occupational therapy, doing my shadowing on my own and with this class, it is something that I have just genuinely enjoyed. So overall, I think I'm still going to keep pursuing occupational therapy and not athletic training. One thing that I learned is that you have to be flexible. I'm someone who doesn't really enjoy doing things someone else's way. I really only enjoy doing it my way, and I'm very stubborn with that, unfortunately. So with this, I have learned that it's not about me, it's about my patient. And if they're ready to move on, they're ready to move on. If we need to take a step back, we need to take a step back. If we need to just have a chill day of therapy, then we need to have a chill day. It's all about the patient and what they need to help them recover fully to their potential. So you always have to be flexible. Another thing that I learned is that you have to be okay with your patients possibly coming in with a bad attitude, throwing tantrums, and just simply not wanting to do the tasks at hand for the day. Especially since I want to work with more of the special ed population. They're gonna have their good days, they're gonna have their bad days, just like everyone. So I need to be ready for that and not take it to heart and think it's my fault that they're having a bad day. So my goal and my job is to help them come in with a bad attitude, tantrums, maybe just not wanting to do the simple tasks. And hopefully by the end of our session, they're in a better mood, they're stimulated, and they're ready for the day. Another thing that I learned is that shadowing and internships are so crucial. Doing shadowing, not just in the same place all the time, it's really important to get shadowing at different locations like hospitals, school settings, doing it with geriatric population, special ed population, athletes. It's very important just to get a touch of every single population in different locations, so that way you're not taken by surprise when it maybe comes to your senior year or grad school, when you really need to start like getting a focus on what you want to do. One thing that I did learn about myself throughout this whole thing is that even though I get really nervous and anxious possibly about the future, and that doubting myself if maybe this isn't the thing I want to do with my future, what if I have a different path and this just isn't what I want to do? Doing the shadowing really helped me understand that it's okay to be nervous. And when I do shadowing, say athletic training, occupational therapy, I generally get excited. It's something that I generally want to do and learn more about. So I can't get too caught up in being nervous for the future, because that's normal, but I need to think ahead and keep focus on what I do enjoy, and that is working with people, working with the human body, and just keep pursuing that. So some things that I jotted down on how to, for me personally, to be successful throughout the next 2 years before I get into grad school and before graduating, is just to always stay motivated. I know it sounds cliche, but there are definitely times where you're more motivated than others. So to be very consistent with my motivation and my work ethic. Another thing is to work on shadowing and internships. I need to get more serious with that and finding a place to shadow or internship, hopefully a paid internship, but usually it doesn't happen. It is what it is. So I need to get more serious about that and look more into it, especially before grad school. And I also need to start getting more serious about grad school and looking at more in depth of what they require before I get into my junior and senior year, especially since I have to apply for grad school next summer. So it is coming quicker than I am thinking, so I need to be ready for that. And lastly, I just need to keep working hard. I know, again, it sounds cliche, but there are going to be days where I simply just don't want to do homework or I don't want to study, but you have to, because that's the only way that you will be successful, is if you continue to push yourself.